for today. We are doing a general reading today and live chat bar readings for those that make it. I also usually do channel messages before, but I'm starting to do channel messages on Thursday now live. So I have been channeling some really powerful messages recently, and I've written some down. I'm going to bring them up on Thursday though instead. Today though, when I tapped into the general energy of everything, I said to my guys, my team, okay, what are we going to focus on for today, for this week, for what's coming up for everybody for the general? And I started writing down the date, and usually when I write down the date, it would just be, the first 0111. And instead I put 2022 after. And they were bringing me to that number. They just kept bringing me to that number. And I'm like, oh, there's something in this. So I'm going to interpret, really dissect the number of today. Now I'm in Australia, right? So whoever's watching this overseas, is still Halloween over there. It's still the 31st of October. And that's fine. But this is for the energy of this week. So they asked me to dissect or interpret the number. So the number is, this is the number. I'll just put it up here so that you get it. 0. It's actually backwards. So I think it's back. No, it's not. Okay. Always get confused with these cameras because each one's different. 0111 0111 2022. Right. So let's get into this. Let's go for 0. 0 in numerology means the void, the fall. It's the full card in tarot. It's jumping off a proverbial cliff. It's trusting your sovereign self. It's also trusting, because we've been taught that God is outside of ourselves, God. But I know for a fact that God resides within us. So it's trusting the power of who we are. And then we have 111. So 1 is all to do with independence, taking one's power back, focusing on something and just driving forward with it. When there's 3 ones like that, that adds up to 3, right? So this is a time for us to take our power back, and then collaborate with others of that power, allow those to fall that don't fit into our new power of who we know we are, of our sovereign selves, and allow others to come in, which brings us to the 2 on the 2022. So the 2 is unity. It is a mirror reflection of your unity within you, allowing that to be perceived outside of you, magnetized towards you. So that's why 2s are always around the number of soul time members coming in and all of that. Next, we have another 0. So we have to literally go through this independence of ourselves, figuring out who we are, driving towards and focusing towards what we love only, nothing to do with anyone outside of us first, so that we can allow a collaboration of others to come in, but not through grasping anymore, not through searching, but through magnetism, through a natural order of our energy aligning us up. And then we need to go back into the void of recognizing all is God, all is source energy, going on an adventure, having fun, and doing what they love to do, which then brings us into 22, which is it's a very auspicious number actually in the numerology, but they're telling me it's more of a grounding energy, like bringing in the esoteric or the soul collaboration of ourselves grounding it onto earth, because 2 + 2 = 4, and 4 is stability, it's grounding, it's building, it's creating on Gaia herself. So we're literally grounding. After we take our own independence and authentic self back, we're learning to ground through this year our energy as an allowance of magnetism of those coming towards us that are showing us how much work we've actually done from within. So I know this is different from what I usually do, but this is what they were bringing up to really do. So I'm just going to go with what I was suggested. The other thing is that they brought up is this one statement here. What's right for you? So for this week, really look into what's right for you. When we do that, when we start to keep on saying when I say to myself, when some sort of hoo-ha comes up and I go, what's right for me? I'm a very loving, caring, giving person, nurturing. It's just what I love doing. And then others might come up and go, oh, you're too giving. Oh, you're too nurturing. You know what? What's right for me is what's right for me. And that is enough. And that's what we've got to start supporting, what we've got to start standing by. Everybody's going to go off on their own little adventures and journeys. And it's through the program of judgment and teaching us that we should judge everything because we're judging ourselves, that literally blocks us from being authentic. And so we've got to bring it back to, being ourselves and allowing us to live the life that we really want to live instead. So what's right for you? Keep asking that to yourself. Keep asking that question this week. What's right for me, though? Doesn't matter if nobody else agrees. What's right for me? Where's my heart going? What's going to feel good for me? There's no wrong and right really in the general order of things. There are things that take us to a more separated place of that we feel anxiety and we feel and then there's things that take us to more of a peaceful, whoa. Well, it's pretty simple really. Choose the one that's going to make you feel better. We always say to ourselves, we must have those rules of do no harm to others and all of that. But if you are, as a human, we are natural givers, and the only reason why we've had such an out of balance reality where somebody is greedy and taking over is because the givers have over given and not done things for themselves, and so their energy brings in somebody that is a taker, and so our world has been completely lopsided. But when we start to take our power back to our authentic self and we say from our hearts what we desire, it starts to rebalance, and we don't see so much of this happening in the world. We see more of a stable energy that's flowing towards adventures and fun and excitement and inventions, that really make our life better. So they're really making sure that we're starting to look at ourselves. Hey everybody, I love to see you guys all here. So we are doing a general reading first, which I will get into right now, and then we will jump into live chat bar readings, mini readings. I won't do many readings until the general's finished, so just to let you guys know. Also, remember on Thursday I do live channelings, and if you want to ask my team, my soul team, any questions to do with our ascension, humanity's consciousness, stepping into a new earth, portals, telepathy, telekinesis, all of that sort of stuff, go for it. Ask that sort of question. I don't do personal readings or anything like that when I do the Thursday shows. So that's every morning, same time as this, or half an hour later. So let's see who's here. We've got Karina. Good morning, Karina. Julie from Facebook. Yannicka from YouTube. Lady from YouTube. Who else have we got? Yes. Yes. Karina, that is so correct. Thank you for bringing that up. It is a 9 number too, when we add all of those dates up as well. I was going to actually say that. Thank you for bringing that up for me. 9 is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. So on the 1st of the 11th, 2022, we are literally wrapping up one cycle of our life and we are stepping into another cycle. And it's up to you and your choices of who you want, what you want to be, what's right for you, that will take you into the next journey. And it's exciting. It's really exciting. Last week, I have to at least say this much. I'm not going to say anything on what's happening in my life at the moment because it's all in flux of manifesting at the moment. But last week I was driving along and I had this thought of what I decided I wanted my career, where I wanted my career to go. And it was only a few days later, a message came through and I'm like, you've got to be kidding. So there's some really fun things happening in my career and my success. I'm very, very, very excited and just wanted to share with you that's happened this week with me. So I wanted to be a guide that actually moves through my life first and then irons out all of the bits so that I can tell you guys how to do this and creating a life that you really love. And so far this year, because last year I asked for love in my life, a new home and career success, and all of it is coming true. So really excited to tell you guys that because this is where I want, to lead everybody. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Rebecca from YouTube. Yes, it's Halloween here. Yeah. Okay. We have Kat from Facebook. Hey there, Kat. Cheryl from YouTube. Blessings to you, Cheryl. What else have we got here? We've got quite a few. Ward from Facebook. Nice to meet you. Lucy, YouTube, Annie. Oh, so good to see you guys. Also, I'm going to ask for a couple of people on my YouTube to, when I do my Thursdays, to be, I think it's mediators or whatever. So if you want to, please let me know on Thursday and I'll shift you into a mediator so that you can help me sift through questions or not even that. You don't have to be there, by the way. You choose whatever you like, but I just need a few of them to say if somebody's saying something a bit negative or a bit repetitive, like just taking over the whole chat bar, then they need to be stopped. So, and that would help me a heap. Okay, let's get into this. Hey, Leanne, awesome to see you too. Let's get into the journal. Enough talk, journal. So I don't need to do tarots. I am a channeler at heart, but I love doing tarots because people can see, and I'm a visual, people can see the pictures and it just makes it a lot more entertaining. So that's where I go with this, but that's why I started doing the channeling on Thursday because it's, to me, that's more who I am at the core of myself. So let's see what's come up now anyway. We have the Hermit. We have that inner, looking at ourselves, that inner guidance. And that really brings up that question, what's right for you? That is an absolute hermit question to ask because Hermit is seeking the light within. Hermit is looking for, how am I creating my reality? How do I feel about my reality? And then seeing if they can if you can change anything to bring more light into your life, and then we go on a journey of reflection and see what happens and changes on the outside of us. Next to that, we have the Ace of Wands, which, well, what an opposite is this? So we're going on, it's literally doing this really quickly. We're going on an inner journey and then we're taking action. And then we're going on an inner journey and then we're taking action. So the Ace of Wands is new action into our reality, starting to move what we decide is shining the light within us, move that into our reality, grounding it into our reality. And then we have, after that, we have the Seven of Swords. So be aware of our thoughts fighting within ourselves over this. Just trust the process. Sometimes it's got nothing to do with the emotions that roll through us. It's got more to do with the acceptance of the flow of energy in the moment. Our mind wants to hold on to things and say that that's what it's going to be like for all of the day. More important to say, this is a moment. This is just a moment. Yes, my mind is going a little crazy in this moment. And then let it go and trust that, and letting it go and finding a peace within you and dropping all these swords and stopping the fight within. Don't get up yourself, because that brings you back into another fight. Just let it go and trust the next movement. So there's a valuable lesson happening this week with that one. And then we have the Eight of Wands, because when we start to accept that not everything is going to be perfect in our minds all the time, when we start to accept it, it literally starts to fall into this beautiful, peaceful place, because we're not fighting the moments anymore. We're not fighting the aggressions that we have within our head anymore, and that acceptance of, okay, it's happening at the moment, I'm having a bit of a hoo-ha moment. I mean, for the last few years, I've gone through menopause. There's a lot of chemical changes that go through me. Anyone that's going through puberty, all of that sort of stuff, we have to go through all these chemical like this. How do we get through it? We know that it's something that's part of us. Yes, I do tap on my body and I say, it's okay. This is just a rush of chemical and my body will get used to it, and I will get used to it. My mind will get used to it, but I also accept it. I say it's just for a moment. It's not for the day. It's just for this moment, and allow it to happen. And then what happens is we move forward very fast, because we're starting to accept ourselves. We're starting to accept all of our emotions and our flaws and everything within us as part of the journey, as part of the adventure. And it can actually be used to realize how powerful we are, how powerful our mind can shift our reality quicker and quicker and quicker. And it gives us this, in those beautiful moments, very, very peaceful life, a lot more peace coming into our life as well. So good lessons coming for us this week with these massive shifts that are happening at the moment. Hey, Debbie Oliver from YouTube. Hey, Sasha. Good to see you guys. Hey, Lucy. Okay, what else have we got that's coming through? So we have the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups is literally waiting and thinking, is this ever going to show up? Am I ever going to get what I want? Well, this man, he's sitting down and he's just sitting there imagining, but he's not actually, moving into action. So just be aware of sometimes when we get down on ourselves, is it ever going to take place? Is it going to happen? We have to look at also, is it 100% that you know what you desire? Because the universe reflects us 100%. So if we move into the universe with only 80% active of what we desire, of what we really want, then the universe has there's still that 20% that the universe is going, I don't know what she wants. Don't know what she wants. Is there a fear there? Is there a block? Is there something that we need to iron out? So just be aware of that. Moving into this new energy, these new energies. Okay, I'll just choose another deck here. I think I'll go into my fun one. Where's my show? Let's pop it out anyway. Okay, so we have currents of emotions and uncontrolled feelings. So this is a really, really valuable week for having a fuller understanding of our emotions being out of control. It's a really good week for going, hey, using those out of control emotions to see how quick we can change them. And when we start to realize, oh, when I say no to that, when I make a new choice, when I go no to that, no, I am powerful of that, that's not how my life's going to go. No, I'm not accepting that in my life anymore, and just let it go, just drop it. Watch where everything starts to change really quickly. It will start to change on the outside of you as well. The reason why I say really quickly is because that is the energy at the moment. Things are ramping up to reflect us back quicker, so we can literally see these things changing in real time. If I was to say this, say 10 years ago, we would be waiting. We would be waiting for the change to happen. But that's why it's easier to learn this lesson now, because it's happening quicker for us. Whoa, everything's starting to fall out. Do we need all of those? Don't we need all of those? But let's go. We've got holding my hand. Angels of the 7 chakras, power, truth, connection. This is a very much divine card of realizing. They're bringing me to one of my stories of what happened when I was literally attacked. Well, because I see things outside of myself. There was many years ago when I started this journey. My biggest reflection was my biggest monster, and so my biggest monster come towards me, and I saw it, smelled it, tasted it. It was felt. The whole thing was real. Like, this was a real thing that happened to me, where I woke up and saw this thing coming towards me like a freaking horror movie, right? Now, when he had his arm wrapped around me, trying to put pills in my mouth, I just said to myself, this is not how this story is going to go. No. And once I made that firm decision, that was my power. That's all that's needed. That was my power. I didn't know how I was going to get out of it. I had no idea. But what had happened is all of my chakras balled into one ball in between my heart and my sacral chakra. And it came out like my chest, and it just exploded like a light. And that shifted all of these chakras moving together in acceptance of ourselves and alignment of ourselves into the next frequency. And so when that light came out of me, burst out of me, it shifted all my reality into another frequency where this being could not reside. This nemesis, this evil could not reside. And then I ran outside and grounded myself, put my hands in the dirt. It was the middle of the night. It was dark and I didn't care. I just went outside. I went back into that room and I went to sleep in peace. That's how strong I felt with all of this. So just be aware that you have the ability to shift anything, and there is nothing outside of you that is more powerful than you. Nothing. So we're going on a journey. We're traveling. We might be changing location just to fit. It's like, because when we shift something within us and we say that we deserve more, we start to move towards that more deserving reality. And that could be a physical move. It could be a physical trip that shifts us into another reality for a bit, and just to feel into that. And then you might have to go home and just feel into that. And okay, what one do I want? And that sort of decisions can be made. We've got, now this one was turned upside down. So this is letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom, and time constraints. So we're letting go of to me, this is letting go of the program, of the need to be, oh my God, I need to be doing something. Oh my God, I need it. Well, that in itself brings more of that. And we end up having our life being filled with urgency, of anxiousness, of not feeling present, of worrying. So there is a definite need to let go this week as well. And we have Archangel, I don't know how to say this, Phaneal, hope, optimism, and new beginnings. Oh, he looks so Palladian to me. Anyway, so I can see it in the eyes. It's so interesting. So hope, optimism, and new beginnings. I'm literally feeling like new connections coming through when we're starting to connect to our soul. When we do that, we have new connections in higher frequencies that might not be grounded in this reality. And that means, our soul tribe in an etheric world can help guide through our connection to our soul. When we start listening to our soul, they are there as well. And that's how I channel message. I connect to my soul. My soul has a team that works with my soul on a higher frequency, and I channel through the information. So this is going to be available for every single person that does this work, that takes back the power of themselves. And then we have soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. So this, I'm seeing abundance coming in for many of us that are starting to get this, starting to choose, starting to take choices and move into the reality that they desire, and trusting that everyone around them will move in and out or flow in and out of their life as need be for their own creation, and having a powerful, stable understanding of themselves. So it's very in deep depth today, a very in-depth reading today, but we are starting to move up and have fuller understanding of where this is all going. Hey Joy, hey AV. I don't do readings until after the general, but I'll do a mini reading after that. So just hold your horses. I'm just going to see where we get an oracle cards. What's going to come up for us? Should I do animal or should I do these ones? I think I'll do these ones. These are my star cards. Okay, literally have Pleiades on the back of them. Sarah, oh my god, I'm so glad I actually caught your live stream. Lucky me. You're wonderful. I have such beautiful team. Yeah, watch this space. My space is going to explode, especially next year. I'm really excited about my career. Okay, I can actually leave my day job. I'm sure of it. Okay, here we go. Let's see if there's any messages coming through. Okay, so I'm having a chat with my team while I'm shuffling. They're like, these are Palladian cards, and they're like, yeah, you don't need the cards. They really don't want me to use the cards anymore, but humanity loves it, so let's go for what makes everyone feel good. I'm just going to take this last one. Goddess of balance, equality. I create and foster reciprocal relationships. Wow, isn't that great? Like right at the end. And what's at the end? We have the 2022. This year, this whole year, I know that this is all about independence for this date. But this year in itself is all about us uniting, not with others outside of us. That naturally will magnetize towards us, but uniting within us, our logic and our intuitive side, our understanding of this world and the etheric world, and we are bringing them both in to create something new. And in reflection, those that will be magnetized towards you when you start to develop a connection back to your soul and letting go of needing to know logically everything. That needing to know logically everything will only bring you disharmony now. It will only give you anxiety, because logic cannot predict everything in this in your reality. It can't. It limits you. It limits you because it wanted to protect you, but there's an overprotection that's happening. And that's why we are reflected in our actual reality with so many laws limiting us because we're not in balance. So this is all to do with bringing our balance back and then trusting ourselves rather than someone outside of us. And 2 + 2 also equals 4. We're grounding this, we're grounding it, we're grounding our utopia on earth, we're grounding our heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it. We're grounding our best life on earth. Yes. So I will take one more card, but while I'm doing that, I'll open the chat bar for personal readings. So just say yes, please, or thank you, or whatever. I'll just get an animal card. Oh my gosh, did that not want to flick out? I did one shuffle and it flicked out. Look at this, Eagle, mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And Eagle is can see from above everything. That is our soul. Eagle represents a soul connection. My shamanic guide is an eagle, and all my life I have had a very strong connection to my soul. And I've made choices that other people would have just gone, why? What the? I took my daughters through primary school out of homework. I gave them more creative stability. Now I have one of my daughters is a scientist over in Europe. One is, in university now. Like, they do what they want to do, but I gave them balance to begin with because I knew from my soul's point of view, my connection to my soul told me these children have enough logic in their day-to-day life through primary school. Then when they got to high school, I said, you do whatever you like. You're starting to get old enough to take your own reins, so you choose if you want to study or not. And they chose, all 3 of them chose to study because they wanted to, not because they were forced to, and it came from their hearts. So that's how they were moving through their life. Okay, let's get into some free chat bar readings here. Hey Tony, good to see you here. Whew, okay, here we go. Debbie Oliver. Yes, please. Debbie from YouTube. I'm going to use these ones actually. All these ones. I'm fluffing around. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Debbie. Debbie, you got a Knave Chalice. Okay, so there's actually literally a gift being offered to you this week. Just watch out for that. There's something that's something wants to show up in your life of abundance that you've been wishing for. The only way that you're going to miss this is if you keep telling yourself it's never going to happen. Oh, when's it going to happen? It's never going to happen. Stop with that thought and start saying to yourself, I'm open to whatever coming into my life. I'm open to whatever. And see what happens this week through that different choice of how you're thinking about yourself and how you're thinking about your reality. See, he has a fish in his cup and someone's handing you that fish. Well, that fish represents abundance in many forms. It could be a spiritual abundance. No, they're telling me it's more of a actual physical thing, a wish that you've been wanting is coming in for you. So it's for you, Debbie Oliver. What a good one is that? Rebecca from YouTube. Rebecca from YouTube. Okay, so Rebecca, we have I started to channel some messages through for you, and I'm like, I'll just go with the cards, okay? So otherwise I can be here forever. If anyone's had a proper reading with me, once I start, I don't stop. It just keeps pouring out of me. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Pentacles for you, Rebecca, which is a literal wish coming. Now, you might have had this happen to you because next to it came out with a death card. So you might have had something come in that was really cool and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But now they want you to let go and trust that you are moving into something else, that you're moving into, like, literally not allow this to disappear, but allow your energy to not grasp hold of it and if you grasp hold of this, you'll have a tower moment. So when we allow the energy to flow back and forth, it's opening and expanding you up to new beginnings, even more new beginnings, even something more new coming in for you. Karina from Facebook. So we have for you, Karina, look at this unity coming in for you. We have the literal marriage card. It was 1111, manifesting the reality that you want, grounding it into this reality. You have now starting to realize your abilities and your power, moving through the obstacles that you have had in the past, and now bringing it in as expansion of your reality unit. Like, they're also telling me relationships changing up, relationships reflecting who you really are, and you know who you are and how powerful you are, and those relationships are going to start to be grounded for you, Karina. So if you want a reading from me, my links are down below. Next year, the prices will probably go up again because everything's happening in my reality. And I need to make sure that I don't get inundated by readings as well. So I'm valuing myself too through this whole procedure. But that's why I do these free mini readings for those that can't afford as well. And I'll probably either channel readings or tarot readings in the future still for free. So Nicole from Facebook. So we have, wow, what is this week? Look how many cards are coming out to do with relationships just shining. Like, our relationships are starting to, this new energy that we've almost been waiting for, it's allowing new relationships that are magnetized to us naturally through us shining our light. And this is what you're doing. How beautiful is this? It's Nicole. So we have, but we have to be aware. You have to also be aware, because this one fell out with them. You have to be aware that you're not focusing on those 3 cups in the past that did fall. Start to let those go, because there is such a new abundance coming in for you, and new connections that are going to just make you feel so good about yourself, because that's the reflection. Let go of the ones that didn't work. They were there to teach you something about yourself. If you have to go into that, go into what did they teach me, and then move through that so that you can clear it. Sarah. Yes, please, Sarah K on YouTube. Sarah K on YouTube. So, Sarah, we have something fastly approaching you. Oh, you gotta be kidding. This is a really good start, guys. So this new beginning that we're doing, like, they really wanted me to focus in on this date and bringing in new connections. And this is all these tarots are bringing in. Holy crap. Okay, so we have, for you, Sarah, rewards are coming. You are starting to feel your power and sit proudly on your horse. So victory is yours for the taking. Look at this, and an offer coming in for you because of this victory that you feel about yourself first. And it's going to come in fast. So this is the card of, like, action, because the reason why it's coming in fast, because you know what you want. And when you know what you want, the universe knows what you want, and it brings it in really fast. So that's going to be really interesting to see what happens for you. Okay, who else have we got? If I miss you, sorry in advance. I don't mean to miss anybody. I don't do it on purpose, but I do trust my guidance, and sometimes I forget where I am in the list. So we have Annie. Annie from YouTube. So Annie from YouTube, you have the 9 of Chalice or the 9 of Cups. I'm not sure if I did Lucy or not, but I can't remember. See, this is the problem when I'm reading. My logic has to go away for doing readings, so I'm just hooked into the channel messages, and then I don't remember who I've done. Okay, so 9 of Chalice, 9 of Cups. So this was for Annie. Annie, there's this childhood innocence that they want you to get to move into this next stage, because it is going to bring you in everything that you desire. It's like approaching life. You know how children just go out and approach life with wonder and excitement and, oh my God, look at that. And it's all it is a daisy. That's what they're wanting you to do, is to bring you into feeling that, oh my God, it's Daisy. That feeling is going to bring you what you really desire in the end. Look at all these cups. Emotional fulfillment is coming your way. So Lucy, if I actually missed you, can you just put yes please down below, and I'll come back to you. Yanaka. Okay. Be careful of wishing so much that you're not seeing an offer coming in. When is it going to be my turn? It should be my turn by now. That in itself is telling your reflection or your mirror. If you stood in front of a mirror and you said, when's it going to be my turn? When's it going to be my turn? Then what does the mirror do in reflection? It reflects back. When's it going to be my turn? When's it going to be my turn? And that's all you have in your reality. This goes for many other people as well, not just you, Yannicka. This is a definite message for many of us. If we look into the mirror of life, if we look into our reflection of what's around us and we say that that's how it is, they want you to look into the mirror and say what you've been self-talking to yourself, and then look at what's outside you. You probably see the same reflection back at you as what you've been telling yourself in that mirror. The universe can only bring you, because actually it's not actually the universe. It's actually you as God's source energy itself creating your reality. And so I can say the universe reflects back, but it's actually you creating your reality through your own self-sabotaging talk or your own alignment with truth of the power of what you can create and what you desire, depending on what you've been telling yourself, what you believe, who you feel you are. Big message there for you, Yannicka, this week. But all of this is going to shift you into more abundance too. Cat. But haha. What I wanted to say now, we are connecting, not going after mathematical logic. Yes, that's true. Because it's got way out of balance, and it's only consuming ourselves now. So we know that we need to shift if we want to move into the next state of awareness of evolutional growth. We need to let go of that much control over our reality and allow expansion through something that isn't as tangible. Okay, so Julie from Facebook. We have the Ace of Swords popping out for you. So a real feeling of telling the truth, starting to come into your power of, I know who I am now. I'm only going to stand strong and be that. Just be aware that it's not so single-minded that you don't allow receptivity to come in. Allow this to be also like speaking your truth, but coming from a point of self-nurturing, loving yourself, accepting as well. When we speak our truth from loving ourselves and accepting, we're also allowing something to come in that aligns with our truth, that shows us rewards as well, not just speaking our truth and demanding everybody to be of that. It's more of a coming back to self and commanding our truth, speaking our truth through connecting, commanding, not demanding. Okay, so we've got Malcolm from YouTube. The world has come up for you, Malcolm. So end of one cycle, beginning of a whole other cycle starting. And I think you know this. I think you feel this in your heart, that this feeling of something is wanting to show itself that is beautiful. the Three of Wands as well. So you're starting to stand in your power enough to allow others to come into your reality, where before you might have stood in your power and that's still been behind closed doors, and that power, this is literally moving into the world, showing others who you are, standing your ground, and then allowing others to come in, trusting that they are going to reflect that rather than what happened in the past when they reflected what your disempowerment of yourself. So please, thank you, Sasha, for saying that. Please hit the like button if you are loving this, and subscribe to me if you haven't on YouTube, because I'm not taking many more friends in Facebook because I have 5,000. I can't be bothered sifting through them all anymore. So I'm really focused in on my YouTube now. So if you haven't already, go over there and from Facebook and subscribe, because I have many other messages coming throughout the week. Also, is there anything else? Yeah, so Sasha, I'm not sure if you have a handle like to be a media, if you want to be a mediator on my Thursday channel message readings on YouTube. If so, let me know and I will make you a mediator. I'm not sure who is and who isn't anymore because I haven't been live on YouTube. It's usually restreamed and I can't see who is or isn't. Okay, Joyce. Yes, please, Joyce. Joyce, okay, so there's up and down with you. There's toing and froing, but they want you to step into your power this week. They want you to take everything that's happened in your past has been almost like a real seesaw where everything starts going well and everything doesn't, and everything does and everything doesn't. They want you to take your power back this week because it's going to be at your advantage, where it's like they want you to ground it into your reality so that it's filling your bottom of your bucket, and that means that the seesaw starts to level out and you don't keep flipping back and forth from one high to one low, where you're starting to say, I can control this. I can control when it starts going down, I'm going to catch it and I'm going to say, no, that's not how my life's going to go. My life's going to change up. I'm the king of my world. I am the power of my world. I decide how my world is going to be. I want you to take that power back. It's important. So, lady from YouTube. So we have for you the Queen of Swords, and it came out with the Knight of Chalice, but it was in reverse. Isn't it funny, like a month ago or so, we just had reverse cards coming out. It's amazing. And now we're starting to get way more. This is the first reverse card that I've seen. So, lady, we have self-nurturing of your own truth, trusting who you are, speaking your mind, and really loving yourself through it. And that is a great place to be, because the Queen speaks with honor and respect of herself, and what she says she backs 100%. Now, it did come out with the Knight of Chalice, which was in reverse. So there's an offer wanting to come in for you. Be careful when you step into this power of self-nurturing 100%, who you decide you know you to be, you don't decide who you know you to be, then I have a feeling some knight in shining armor is literally going to come in for you. And it could be a relationship of any taking. It could be someone that's offering you something for success. It could be someone that's offering you a cup of love. So that's for you, lady. Cat. So, Cat, we have Justice coming in. The Justice card also come up with the Seven of Chalice. So I'll go to the Justice card first. The Justice is finding the balance within yourself to know that you are worthy of so much more because of your giving, beautiful nature. There has been a whole treasure chest of gold waiting for you in the etheric form, in the ether, and they're wanting you to realize in when you find balance within yourself, that is an actual something that can come in. Look at all the choices you have, but it feels like it's, even when I was reading this card, it feels like it's in the ether. It's only in the ether, and the guidance that I'm receiving for you is for you to decide which one of these cups you want to, which one of these cups you want to bring in, which one do you want to focus in on, because when we focus in on it, say 100%, that's how it's going to be. That's when you're going to start to see through this Justice card it grounding into your reality rather than just being in the ether of imagination. So whatever you decide, back it within yourself. Okay, so we have, who else do we have? We have Malcolm. No, Malcolm, thank you. You're welcome. Joy from YouTube. So we have Joy and we have the Hermit in reverse. Ooh, okay. Joy, it's really interesting that I got the Hermit in reverse because when I looked at it, see how that light is not even shining. It's not even glowing. And so they're wanting you to take all of the so-called things that are outside of you and go move away from it. Move away and find a space for yourself and trust that in this alone time for you, you are going to seek, you are going to find this brilliant light within you. But if you're constantly reflecting your life outside of you and saying that that's how that is out of, like, I can't control that, and it's not fair and all of that, then it's not going to bring you into your inner light. There's an inner light in you that wants to come out, that's more authentic and grounded and stable for you to move through life. It's given me a feeling like this is an exciting time. Like I'm saying this is, and it seems like you might have done this work before, but they want you to level it up. They want you to level it up even more. I could really get into that one, that reading, and I can't afford to because I've got all these other people asking me. So there's definitely something there that they want you to step into being alone for a while and trusting how you feel about yourself. Put yourself in front of that mirror, like I said before, and whatever self-talk is happening within you, just speak it out and see the reflection of you in others that are on the outside of you. Then take that power back and say, you know what, I don't really want that. So I'm just going to stop self-sabotaging and self-talking to myself like that. There's something there that has to be shifted, but it's actually a really, really, really important, good thing. Like it's going to bring you so much prosperity in the end. It's just something that they're asking you to look into. Okay, Tanya. Hi, Bobby. My new job workout. Will I be there for at least 2 years? Tanya. I think they want you to be in flow with what happens over the next 2 years. Don't hold on and limit yourself. because we have a walking away card, the Eight of Chalice, walking away from something that gives you the best opportunity ever. And that could be this job that you've just walked into, but then it's followed by a Death card, which is allowing the process to flow. Don't even try to predict what's going to happen. Just keep stepping into your happy space, your happy space, your happy space. That is more important, because you could have your happy space now in the job that you have and then find that I don't actually want this anymore. And then you've logified and said, this is, I have to stick with it for 2 years because that's what Bobby said. No, they want you to flow with the energy and allow expansion that through your own stepping each step into happiness, into what you want to do. Okay, so no worries, Karina. Thank you so much from Debbie. It's been one of the most painful experiences I've had this past week. Deep gratitude for your message. You're very welcome. Alexis, can I get a reading? I don't understand why reality shifted so negatively and randomly. That random negative shift that you've just gone through, actually, if you take that and then see where you felt negative or out of, not in power of yourself, like lesser of yourself, then they want you to, instead of looking at that situation to power you up, they want you to power you up. Well, you want you to power you up. When I say they, it's like really it's your own soul. You want you to power you up. Because then you'll take that lesson away and go, oh, wow, I shifted that so quickly myself just by empowering who I am, that I can take that lesson, that information, that wisdom of how much I have control of my reality, and I can change my reality whenever I want for the future. So then you have a stronger bottom of your bucket, you have a stronger sense of who you are, stronger support within yourself, and nobody can, things will come and go that aren't so great, and then they're great, and then they're not so great, and then they're great. But it's when it's not so great that we think that we've done something wrong. Not necessarily. It could be that it's showing you where your blockage is, and you have already a place that you've decided that you want to go to, like achieve and have a success that you're looking forward to. But to get there has to be some blockages shifted, and then something negative will come in and fold on you that's quite but then when you say, okay, I'm turning that around, seeing where I lacked within my power, it's giving you a grand lesson, so that when it does happen in the future, you can flip it quickly back into what you're moving towards, what you desire. And it will, because we say we want a desired outcome over here, it doesn't mean that it's going to be all smooth sailing. Sometimes we have to unblock programs that are self-sabotaging we didn't even realize we had. So yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you there, because I have another reading and an interview after this. So love you so much. Until next week on Tuesday, and please come and visit me on Thursday morning, where I do channeled messages for the ascension process, for everybody to have a fuller understanding where we're going into this new frequency, what this new frequency means, what we can actually achieve, what's that humanity's potential. If you have some questions, please ask them. I love that. My team loves that. So love you guys. Till next time.